Morning, dear students. I'm really happy to be with you once again, and we will have a class for class 9 today, and we will continue with the poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree. If you had followed the video, the previous ones, you might have definitely got an idea regarding the poem. In the beginning, I started off with the poet's love for nature and his longing for some sense of peace. You see, peace is the most important thing for a human being. Wealth comes next, but peace comes first. So the poet, as I told you, was in a city. Though he was born in the Lake Isle of Innisfree, he actually shifted to a city, probably because of his job. And when he was writing this poem, he was standing on a road, or you can say he was walking along a road. And when he was walking, he was listening to all kinds of noises. Noises of people talking, noises of vehicles passing, and several other noises. There was a confusion. And in the previous class, I had mentioned about the crowd and din of the city life. You see, city life and village life, they are two different kinds of lives, but they have their own advantages and disadvantages. Now here we have to see what the poet feels about that. The poet is tired. Tired of what? Tired of the city life, tired of the sound, the noise pollution, tired of the busy life, mechanical life in a city. So he longs for the village life now. He thinks about his boyhood days, and as I told you, he reminisces. You understand the meaning of reminisce? Reminisces means thinking about his childhood days. All of us have our childhood days, and when we think about that, when we go over to our childhood days, we feel very happy because pleasant memories, happy memories. So he thinks about his childhood life. He's fed up, he's frustrated, he's tired, okay? And therefore he says, the very first line of the poem says, I will arise and go to the lake of Innisfree. I will arise, I will stand up, and I'll go to the lake of Innisfree. Why does he mention the lake Isle of Innisfree? Because that is where he was born. And in the last class I also told you, where is this lake or Isle of Innisfree? It is an island. It is an island in Ireland. Ireland is the name of a country. So there is a lake, and beside the lake, or in the middle of the lake maybe, you find this island. So island is a piece of land that is surrounded by water on all four sides. So he was born in the Lake Isle of Innisfree. Now he is in the city and he feels, for his native place, his hometown, and he thinks about that beautiful island. That is the Lake Isle of Innisfree. So in the first stanza, if you remember, he says, I will arise and go to the Lake Isle of Innisfree. That is my birthplace, and I will make a small cabin there, which will be made out of wattle and clay. And do you know, I think I had discussed this. Clay, everybody knows. Wattle, they are sticks. So you put the sticks together horizontally and vertically, tie them, and after that you apply mud on that. That is known as wattle. So he says, I will go there, I will make a small cabin, maybe of 1 or 2 rooms, and I'll make it out of clay and wattle, and I will remain there. Then he also says, I will plant 9 rows of beans. He was interested in gardening. So when you go to a village, you will see everything green there. Fields are green, vegetables, trees, okay. So he says, I will plant 9 rows of beans. And after that, I will also have a hive. What is a hive? A hive is a place for the honeybees. So I will have honey and enjoy the honey that I get from the hive. I will listen to the buzzing of the bees. Buzzing and droning, they are the sounds made by bees. So all these things I will get to have in my island. That is the Lake Isle of Innisfree. Today we are going to discuss the second stanza. Okay, this is again an interesting stanza. You see, and I shall have some peace there. What does this word there refer to? It refers to the Lake Isle of Innisfree, the birthplace of the poet. I will have some peace. So what he wants here is peace. So a question may be asked, what does the poet want? What does he desire for? What does he long for? What is his expectation? All have only one word as the answer. That is peace. That's why in the beginning of the class, I told you peace is the most important thing for human beings. The rest comes afterwards. So I want some peace, then therefore I shall have some peace. Not here in the city, but in the Lake Isle. It is free. That is the place where I was born. For peace comes dropping slow. So what does he say? If you come to my village, if you come and visit the Lake Isle of Innisfree, you will have peace there. It comes very slowly. So from the morning, from the time of the sunrise till the sunset, or even in the night, you keep on experiencing peace. From morning till night, it is peace, peace and peace. How does he experience the peace? You see, dropping from the veils of the morning to where the cricket sings. Cricket, it is an insect. It's a game, but it also has another name, another meaning, that is an insect. So in the morning you get to listen to the sound of this cricket. So the chirping of the cricket. You see, dropping from the veils of the morning. What do you mean by veil? Veil is a covering. Women, they covered their faces, okay? And that is known as a veil. But here, the veils of the morning. What does he mean by this? Early in the morning, it is foggy. Everywhere it is foggy. But as the sun rises, the veil, that is the fog, clears off. So, the fog is compared to the veil. It is actually a metaphor, right? Dropping from the veils of the morning. The fog actually hides everything. Nothing is visible. But the arrival of the sun, with the arrival of the sun, the fog disappears. So you have a clear sky. Of the morning to where the cricket sings. And as the fog disappears, the crickets begin to make a noise, chirping noise. And that is pleasant to the ears. So, the poet will have some peace in the Lake Isle of Innisfree because he would get to listen to the chirping of the linnets, the crickets, and he would experience the beautiful sunrise in the morning, and with the arrival of the sunrise, the veil, that is the fog, removes, it gets cleared off. There, midnight's all a glimmer and noon a purple glow. You see, he uses colors. Midnight's all a glimmer. What is the meaning of glimmer? A shine. What glimmers, what shines in the sky at night? The stars shine. So he says, when it is midnight, the sky is filled with stars that twinkle, okay? Continuously that shine and twinkle, or twinkle and shine, the Milky Way. If you look at the Milky Way, you'll find trillions and trillions of stars, all of them twinkling, okay? So Wordsworth in one of his poems says, daffodils, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. It is the same. So the midnight's all a glimmer. So midnight is shining with stars, and a noon purple glow, and noon a purple glow. Purple is a color, but the color, you see, resembles, or it stands for nobility and royalty. So what the poet wishes to say might be, he wants to have a sleep in the afternoon. You see, there is a good word called siesta, S-I-E-S-T-A. This is a Spanish word, and it stands for an afternoon sleep. A short afternoon sleep, a nap, is known as siesta. So he says, and noon a purple glow. In the afternoon, the sky turns purple, and that might induce him or might invite him for a sleep. So in the afternoon, when the sky is purple in color, the poet will go for a short sleep, and then the midnight comes, and in the midnight the stars are shining beautifully, okay? And evenings full of linnet swings, the last light. Very, very important. Linnet is a small bird, okay? It's a bird that flies in the evening. It's not a bird that flies or makes a sound in the morning, but in the evening. And evenings full of linnet swings. What do you mean by this? Evening comes, and along with the evening there are so many linnets. Hundreds of them, not just one. But hundreds and hundreds of linnets, they keep flying as the evening arrives. And that sound itself gives you a mesmerizing effect. You see, here in Godda, when evening comes, there are so many birds who have nestled themselves on the treetops. And all of them, thousands of them, they make a noise, chirping. And it's beautiful to listen to. The same happens in the morning. So here he talks something like that, the linnet's wings. So as the evening comes, the linnets, they come towards their nests on the trees, and the chirping that is made by the linnets is mesmerizing. Okay? It's a breathtaking view to see the birds and a melodious chirping that blows your mind off, simply mesmerizing. Wonderful. So from this we come to understand one thing: the poet needs peace. So he thinks of coming to his birthplace, and when he comes here, he would enjoy nature, he would listen to the cricket singing, he would listen to the linnets chirping, and he would see the midnight stars on the sky, and the morning fog would also be experienced, and with the arrival of the sun, the morning fog clears away. So these are some of the points which will help you to understand this poem better. The poet needs some peace. He loves solitude. What is the meaning of solitude? Being alone, remaining alone. And he listens to the sound of different birds and insects. He has an interest to listen. So the cricket is mentioned, the linnet is mentioned. Okay, in the previous stanza, the buzzing of the bees is mentioned. Okay. Noon, a purple glow. Remember, this color stands for nobility and royalty. So royalty, when you sleep, you are at peace. You are like a king, So in the afternoon, he'll have a nap or a siesta or a short sleep. And purple indicates that royalty, which means he would like to have a sleep as well. So what are the things that the poet enjoys? He enjoys the stars, he enjoys the clouds, he enjoys the insects, like the cricket, and he also enjoys the birds, that is the linnet. Okay, so I think you must have got a clear idea about this particular stanza. There is one more stanza, we will discuss that in tomorrow's class. So to give you a recap, just one point: the poet loves nature and he is in harmony with nature. That exactly is the meaning. Reminiscing. Okay, we stop here, we wind up. So stay safe, go over the stanza, revise, and keep studying.